Hi guys, it's Carrie from Rockin G Farm, and I'm looking like I got some hair that's going crazy. Let me pull that down, but it is like 100% humidity out here today. We've had a massive thunderstorm last night, so we are not going to be able to mow the yard yet again today. So it's been a while. We are out here. I'm doing my morning tours before I do some exciting stuff here on the farm. We've got some new stuff coming up for y'all that watch our channel. So excited about that. But right now we've got a lot of our chickens out, and a lot of them are liking to get into my garden and eat my tomatoes. So next year we have already decided that we are going to plant probably 50 to 75% more tomato plants than what we did this year. But if you can see right here behind me, I've got my black Americanas in Splash. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 6, and one always likes to go run around by herself. So I don't know exactly where she is. And right now I see a chicken that is in my tomato bucket with my tomatoes. Yeah, she got out and then bear barks, so that's good. So anyway, let me get over here and check these eggs and get these chickens fed and watered and moved, because this ground is soggy, and it's nice and a little cool right now, but I can feel with the humidity it is fixing to heat up super duper fast. Let me show you some things that I've got questions about right now for my garden. Let me flip you around. So right now I'm concerned with this corn. Oh, wait. I do see it coming up. Let me show you. Right here. It's supposed to be 21-day corn and start to do its thing within 21 days. And it looks like it's doing that. I don't know if bugs in there or not, but it's the baby corn. But it's the little bitty baby corn. So I have probably just about 20 stalks of corn right here, and hopefully we'll be getting the little bitty baby corn, because I love the little baby corn, and I love it when it is pickled, and my husband loves to do the canning. He's been stepping in and just taking over when I haven't been able to get there. He has done so much stuff. He did 11 pints of sweet pickles last night. But anyway, let me go ahead and show you. I do see something I have not been fighting all season, and as those of you who have been following my channel know, I planted my squash later in the season, so I would possibly not have this problem, and so far I haven't had a problem, except right now I see what I didn't want to happen. I'll bring you in close so you can see that too. Okay, standing from here, I'm following my eyesight to this leaf on my squash right here. I'll pull it down and let you see that. And let me try to bring it close so you can focus in on it. If you see that, those are squash bug eggs. They are horrible. They will decimate your squash bug in a day. So I'm just gonna easily grab my thumb and just kind of pull them off. It feels like a little bit of sand, and then they'll just fall off, and then just drop them down in the ground. And then I'm gonna flip around and make sure there's none on the back side of the leaf of all of these, and I'll tell you what happened to my floor squash plants. This is one of them right here, and so why this one is leaning this way also. But while I'm looking at this, let me check all of my squash leaves, make sure there are no squash bugs or squash bug eggs on the back of these leaves, because that will decimate my squash. And we have not had the squash that we've had this year, because I planted later in the season, and 4 of my squash plants have had problems. But if you can see right here, I brought my sweet mint over and planted it here. And I thought, hey, this is okay. It is still in a raised bed. So if it goes crazy in here, that is fine, because I've heard that squash bugs do not like the smell of mint. So I can just run my hand over this and oh my goodness, it smells like, oh my gosh, heaven on earth. Just mint. And then I've got a little bit of rosemary right here. It's finally taken up. Rosemary struggles for me. I mean, it takes very long for my rosemary to grow. If y'all have some information that y'all can put in the comments for me about my rosemary, how I can make it grow faster or be more abundant, I would love that information. But let me go back to over here. So where this mint, sweet mint, is planted, I had a squash plant. Well, that squash plant kind of just fell over, and then the chickens sat on it. Hence, my squash plant on the ground. So I've learned that possibly having them in raised beds probably is not the best idea, because this is kind of what is happening here also. I'll pull off all the dead leaves, and then the chickens think it's great to sit up here on the edges and sit on the squash plants and pulling them over. So right now you can see I've got squash right there growing, and there's a squash bug. I'm going to pick him up, and I hate him so much. See if I can get it. See, they're just right there, and they're crunchy, and you just pinch them. And you say, not my squash, because I love squash. You just pinch them, throw them down. Yeah, conquer that bug today. And so this one looks like it's fixing to die. When it fell, it kind of cut right here. So I'm going to go ahead and either myself or my husband today, we will re-sow some squash and zucchini. We'll probably do some more in this. No, I don't know. I've got some spots out in the big garden over there, and we'll do it over there, so it'll stay on the ground and the chickens won't step on it or lay on it and jump on it and knock it down. So anyway, that one happened. This one here just decided he wanted to die. No question. And then there was another one right here, and he just decided to die. They all just ended up like this, so I don't know what happened. So I just left him in there and said, if you want to grow, grow. So anyway, I've got those, guys. I got 2 of these planters from QVC. I love it. I'm going to get 2 more for the very back of the garden, way down there, and just kind of make a formal outline of the garden. So I've got some bees over here on my zinnias, and look how beautiful these zinnias are. Oh my goodness gracious almighty, are they beautiful? Look at the bumblebee. I'm so glad I've got bumblebees. I don't have honeybees, so since I don't have honeybees, I might have to be looking at possibly bringing bees on the farm. So we'll see, but that'll be another time. I've got my what are these? Cucamelons up here. There was a little one up here the other day. I think my husband might have gotten it. And I did this specifically for my grandchildren, so when they start coming around, they can come out here and just pull the little cucamelons off. Oh, here's one right here. You can kind of see. Let me see. They're little bitty. They get a little bit larger than this, probably about almost the size to my first knuckle on my thumb. And they are kind of a little soury, but taste like cucumbers. So they're cucamelons. And then I'm just going to want this to go all the way up here. Last year I had it in the raised beds with my tomatoes, and it just overwhelmed them. So that's what we'd have here. Oh, we have a bigger one over here. Let me look. Let me show you guys. Look how, and these are so super easy to grow. They just kind of take over and just make sure they're fed just a little bit and watered regularly, and they will grow for you. Still have my black beans right here that I am growing. I'm just going to let all those stay on the vine and continue to get ripe. And we have tomatoes here. This tomato plant, they're kind of all looking really bad. I did not get out here and spray them with baking soda and peroxide like I normally do to ward off all of this black spot and the fungus. So they're looking bad. We just won't have a lot of tomatoes this year. There is a farm close to town, or actually a couple hours away, that if we do go down and pick up some tomatoes, I will leave that in the link below, or add it to the link below, and give y'all some updates on that, to where if you're here in Arkansas, you can go get like bunches and bunches of tomatoes, because this is actually tomato farm, and they cannot sell tomatoes that have little imperfections on them, so they just go to the no everybody go away pile. So if you can go with me to the go away pile, we'll get a whole bunch of tomatoes and make up some ketchup and some more stuff with the tomatoes. So actually, here's my garden, and my farmhand did put some chicken hardware cloth back in it. It still has the fan in it to give some aerating, and of course they like laying their eggs back there in the corner, so I have to open the door and get inside the coop. So that's just wonderful. You have places for easier access for me, but they don't want to do that. So right here we've got the chickens. We've been leaving the doors open and just letting them come out, because we have grasshoppers again this summer. It's not as bad as what it was last summer, but we still have grasshoppers. They're eating our plants, and they ate most of my potato plants. So you live, you learn. I'm learning new things, new processes of what can I do to keep pests out of the garden. I'm trying to put up some bird houses. I'm gonna get a bird bath, bring it around. But with that being said, I'm looking here at a rooster and a hen trying to eat some more tomatoes. But the little birds hopefully won't eat all my tomatoes. But I'm gonna show you what happened, guys. I don't remember if I showed you this or not, but something came and ate around the trunk of my 2 peach trees. And they just ate the outer layer of the trunk to the new flesh underneath that. I tried to save them and put some protective paper around it to see if it would work, but with the heat, my peach trees just did not make it. So both of my peach trees are looking horrid. It's life, something you deal with on a farm, but that's okay. I'm living and I'm learning. I'm going to be more cautious about watching my my plants and seeing what exactly happens. I'll show you a little bit here. I think it might have been, well, I think right now this part was probably up here, the chickens pecking at the top of the paper, but in here, down in here, it's just gone. It's just like they ate it, but I don't know if it was ants, because there were ants on the tree. I don't know. So we lost our tree, so we'll just find some new trees and plant them. My apple trees look great. I don't have any apples on them because I can't remember if we had a late frost or something, but they are putting on a lot of growth from last year, because last year, remember, the grasshoppers ate all of the leaves off of them and left them bald. So what I am dealing with now is rust. So you can see all these dark spots. That is rust, cedar rust, and that is from all of these cedar trees around my apple trees. They put off a fungus spore that causes cedar rust, and I think that might be a worm. That's actually a worm cocoon from a cedar tree. Yay, that's great on there. So I did spray with copper fungicide in November and early in the spring, and I don't recall it being this bad, but then now it's just gotten bad, because I heard somewhere that you're not supposed to put copper fungicide on any fruit trees that you're supposed to eat, but then I hear saying no, that's what you need to spray. So I don't know. I might just go ahead and spray. I don't know, but I'm not going to really worry about that and treating them right now again, or worrying about what I'm going to eat, because they don't have any apples on them this season. they are putting on enormous growth from last year. You see that? That's probably, what, 6 inches of growth? And I'm glad to have that because they were looking like that last year from the grasshoppers eating. So anyway, we've got our 2 apple trees. They're doing great. We still have our new chicken coop going. The chickens like to go in here. It's a little cooler for them in here in the heat of the day. Let me check their chicken feed. Oh yeah, that's good. That'll hold for tomorrow. So we've got them some chicken feeder to where they can get their heads down here on the edges, and the chicken feed just comes out when they pick it out so that I can fill up this whole feeder, and it'll last about 2 days for my chickens. And then I've got a little barrel right over here. I don't think you can see that. And then I saw this on Pinterest, and I thought it was so cute to hang up a little basket. I can see that they have been laying in it, but they have not laid eggs in it. So anyway, I just thought that was kind of cute to see that. So anyway, that's a little bit of what's going on at the farm today. Chickens are still walking around everywhere this morning. Let's see, chicken eggs. Oh, we got 4. We have 8 eggs. I'll come back and get my basket in a minute. Ooh, they're not happy with me getting in their stuff, getting in their business. So anyway, we're here in bed 1. Look at these beautiful zinnias. Let me turn you around. Beautiful zinnias in here. They are just, I can tell you, these are the most perfect zinnias that I have ever grown. And they are just right here in the middle of the garden. Just so beautiful. Loved it, loved it, loved it. First year growing tomatillas, so I'm hoping to be able to make some salsa verde. Here's one that fell down. We'll see how ripe it is. But I don't know if they turn yellow like this during the year, because this is the first time I've ever grown them, or if they are having some sort of bacterial infection, too much water in the last 2 days from the harsh rains that we had. But we have a lot of new blooms coming up on top here, so hopefully we'll have another round of harvest from this. And hopefully I'm gonna do like Becky does on Acre Homestead and make some salsa verde for enchiladas and be able to put that up. So anyway, I have toothache plant here. It is looking awesome, awesome. Let me get down here and show you what it looks like. This is toothache plant. I'll let you kind of look at the flowers on it. And I'm not gonna tell you how to use this plant, but it is a medicinal plant that you can use for toothaches, and it's really quite interesting. So if you could get a book on her herbal remedies, this is a good plant to keep in your garden and on your homestead. So that's good. And also, I don't know what happened here in this barrel either, but my Kajari melons just the Kajari melons in that one just ate the big one. They just died overnight. And then my Kajari melons here are looking like they need some massive food. I've fed most everything Monday of this week, and then I think Tuesday, I don't remember, but one day I watered, and that afternoon it rained. I gave fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, and then the afternoon it rained. And then yesterday we had a huge thunderstorm all night. And then tonight, never mind. Go get him, Bear. Bear, go get him. Bear. There we go. So, but anyway, last night we had a horrible thunderstorm. Our house was rocking. So anyway, I don't know. At least we didn't have to plant today. And I don't think these are Kajari melons, or these are not tomatillas. These are a weed. I don't know how that got there. Yeah, this is a weed. These are not tomatillas. Look, they look just like it, but they are not. They are a weed that is found everywhere in Arkansas, but it happened to find its way into one of my buckets. See? That is not a tomatillo. I'll have to pull that out before somebody grabs it and thinks it is. Okay, and then here we've got some more zinnias. These zinnias are a little more spin. I need to come and cut them out, but oh, they are so pretty. Butterflies on that. But anyway, I have Kajari melon down here, guys. Look at this, Kajari melon. Well, this is my very first Kajari melon, and it looks like it got either knocked off by the chicken, or it was just left out here in this rain that we had too much. But we've got some more in here. But there's my first Kajari melon. I'll go over there and give it to the chickens because I'm not going to waste food. There we go. So anyway, we've got some more tomatoes on here. Lots of peppers everywhere. We've got some more zinnias. These kind of have a little have a rust, like a burnt rust color. Isn't that pretty? Got those. Got some tomatoes up there. Awesome. And let's see. Oh, got some cucumbers over here. Big sunflower up here, just to try to get the grasshoppers to go up to it. And you can see them way up there on top. That's full of grasshoppers. So anyway, it is what it is. One of these days we'll get rid of all these grasshoppers. This bed has just flowers in it, so we'll leave that there. But we've got some cucumbers over here. Let me see, pull this out. This is a little bit big, but I can use it to be put in my water. I like to put them in a blender and add water and drink a refreshing cucumber water throughout the day, since we have a lot of extra cucumbers. Got some more tomatoes that are blushing over here. This is a Cherokee purple. So I'm so excited about that. Love Cherokee purple. Tomatoes, love them, love them, love them. These are just some, let's show you. Purple whole peas right over here. That all of these buckets back behind me were full of purple whole peas, and they were covered in aphids. And I said, I'm going to give these 3 buckets of purple whole peas to the aphids if they'll stay off the rest of my garden. And they did. And then this one bounced back. So we'll just have it, let that grow, because there won't be enough peas on that, from that plant there, to do much of anything with. And then we have some more tomato plants. This is a yellow pear. And then we have some more cucumbers out here. Let's see, and bumblebees all over it. They're starting to go up the trellis, if you can see. I've got a video on that, going up the trellis. Got some cucumber. Yeah, I need to come out here and pick these. Hunter can probably make some more pickles today. Oh yeah, look at these. We got some peppers growing on. Look at those peppers. That's a nice pepper there. And I can't remember what the name is. I'll have to search in the bottom of that to see where I put the tag. Yeah, you know me and tags don't work well. All right. Oh, here's some blueberry, or yeah, you can tell what's on my mind. Blueberries. These are California Wonder bell peppers right here. Got a lot of those coming in here. A lot of those. Yep. So that'll be good. These are my sweet pumpkins right here. You can see that. We got those. And then these are my baby bear pumpkins. So we've got a lot of those. They need some fertilizer. They're a little yellow in their leaves, so I'll need to get some fertilizer on them. And then our last 2 buckets are worm. Get off. Get off. Get off. These last 2 are sweet banana peppers, and my husband loves those. He's already canned several jars of that for he likes meals, a certain meal with those banana peppers, and we've got those 2, so we'll get a lot of those off. And I'm going to come out here and spray with BT tonight, because if you can see this, here's another caterpillar. BT is a natural found element, and it will kill your caterpillars. So it will come out and will kill those, and you'll have a good harvest from that and not have the caterpillars eating all of your produce. They will also kill tomato hornworms. So there we go. So if you have tomato hornworms, you can get some BT and spray that on your tomato plants, and like within a day and a half, you'll find your worms or your caterpillars on your plants and they will look like they've been mummified. So that's an all natural way, or a more organic way to keep caterpillars away. But I'm still waiting for something for grasshoppers. They're getting me. They're getting me. See, they're eating the tops off of my onions here. You can see that. So I don't think I'm going to have much of a onion harvest because of that either. And but that is this part of the garden, guys. Let me go over here and show you the garden over by the greenhouse. Oh, we have some jalapeno peppers over here that are a little small, but they'll get there. A little small. And then I've got some dill seed that as soon as it starts to warm up this afternoon, I'll come out here and I'll harvest this dill seed. So we got that, and got a little bit of rosemary down here beside the big dill. Got some more dill weed there. A little bit of carrots that is left over from when the chickens decided to walk in here and pull everything up. Oh, we don't want the carrots bolting, and that's what they're doing. So I'm just going to pull that up, pull that off. Okay, give that to the chickens. Okay, let's go over here and look at the other garden. Okay, so we're right here with my potato patch, and as you can see, most of my potatoes right here and right there have been eaten by those little things right there called potato bugs. So they are like covered all over my potatoes, and I'm just dumbfounded. I don't like to use pesticides, but I also don't want to lose all of my food to potato bugs. So anyway, that's what's going on. But my sweet potatoes are looking good. You can see we have a bloom that's already bloomed and fell off. So they're trying to make some potatoes under there. But all of this is potatoes, this whole bed. I've got a couple of sunflowers over here, and then 2 tomatoes over there. So nothing really great and big in this one, because this is just kind of the in-ground one, and just trying to go to raised beds instead. But these potatoes over here are not quite as bad as the potatoes over there. You can still see the bugs on there, and you just squash them. They're not hard-bodied kind of like at all. They're really squishy, so they just they squish really easy. So if you don't like bugs, you definitely wouldn't want to do this. But it's like, I want my potatoes, or I'm going to give them to the potato bugs. So I just rather squish some of the potato bugs. And see, here's some potato bug eggs right there. I'm just going to squish that off, smoosh them down. Some more on this side. Poor potato plants. I'm not doing you justice, Emma. I know you're not paying attention to us very well. Saw this little bug right here. Let's squash you. You were a little hard. Maybe the other ones were just babies. Okay. And then I have a couple of, right here somewhere. Let me find them. Pumpkins. Just a couple of pumpkins out here, along with some sunflowers that I was going to take to the farmer's market hopefully this weekend. Looks like they're ready to be cut and be in a vase in a couple of days. See, they're starting just to barely open up, so they're ready to do good. And then we've got our watermelon down here, which I've always had a good showing of watermelon no matter where I planted it on the property. So we're hoping that this will give us a lot of watermelon. So we're good with that. And then more sunflower seeds right there, or sunflowers. So that's a lot. We're excited. Let's see if I got a, oh, I do have a baby watermelon right there. Baby watermelon.